This is your Go High Level Email Marketing Masterclass, where I'm going to show you how to set up your email so that you don't land in spam, how to create emails with good copy that actually converts leads into clients, and then how to create automated drip campaigns that you can set up once and will drip out emails for weeks or months to come. And if you want my Go High Level Email Marketing Snapshot that I'm about to set up in this video completely free, just hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let me know in the comments down below once you've done that, and I'll send you over the snapshot completely free so you don't have to set it all up yourself. The first thing I'll show you is how to actually set up your email for best deliverability so you don't land in the spam folder of the people you're sending emails to. We're going to do that under your sub account in Go High Level. We're going to go down to settings, and then we're going to go to email services, and we're going to set up what's called a dedicated IP for your sub account. And so if you're using the same email as your agency account and you've set it up at the agency account level already, you'll see your agency email here, which if this is a sub account you're using to run your agency, then you could just keep this email and that's totally fine. But I'm going to show you how to set up a new one. Let's say this is for a client, or you want to use a different email than your agency email. And we're going to go over here and click dedicated domain and IP. And then from here, we're going to click add domain. I'm going to use a domain that I've purchased inside of GoDaddy. You'll need to make sure that's a domain that you own, whether you bought it through GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Namecheap. We're going to type in info on the beginning. You could type in info, you could do business, or you could do your name at the beginning of the email, but I'm just going to do info and then dot. And then my domain is jasperakin.com, the one I'm going to set up for this video. And just make sure you type in your domain exactly like it shows up inside of GoDaddy. So if you go to GoDaddy, this is the domain that I purchased. Make sure you type it in exactly like your domain. If you type it in wrong, like .info or .co on the end when it's really .com, then it won't work. Anyway, add and verify. And then from here, we have two different options. One, you can have Go High Level automatically add your DNS records into your GoDaddy account, which are these records right here. We have to add 5 different records. So we can have Go High Level automatically do it. If we hit continue right here, it'll link up to our GoDaddy account and it'll create the records for us. I'm going to do it manually in this video just in case you don't have that option. If you bought your domain with some weird obscure domain provider and they don't link up with Go High Level, then you have to add the records manually. So I'm going to click add records manually, and it gives us these 5 records right here. So we're going to go in and create this first TXT record. I'm going to go ahead and copy the host name, so I have that there. We're going to go into GoDaddy. I'm going to click add new record. This one's going to be a TXT record. I'm going to paste in that host name that I just copied from Go High Level right here. The next one is this required value. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. That's going to go in this value box, and then we'll set the TTL to half an hour. I'm going to add more records, so I'm not going to save this one quite yet because I'm just going to add all 5. Next record is another TXT record. This one has info as the host name, so we're going to select TXT again. Info, the value is right here, and we're going to copy that, jump back in here, paste that in, and then keep that at half an hour. We're going to add another record, which this time is a CNAME record. I'm going to go ahead and copy the host name. CNAME record. We're going to paste this into the name box. The value for this one is going to be this mailgun.org. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that into the value and then keep that at half an hour. We're going to keep all of them at half an hour. The next one is an MX record that starts with info. So we'll make sure we select MX for the name. It's going to be info. Priority for these ones is going to be 10. The value is going to be this one first, and then half an hour, and then we have one more MX record. The name of this one is going to be info again. Priority is going to be 10, and then the value for this one is going to be right there. Copy that, paste that in, and then we'll save all 5 records. Now that we've saved all of those, they might take a minute to populate in Go High Level, but I'm going to go ahead and try to click verify records and see what happens. Like I said, this part can take minutes or could take up to like 20 or 30 minutes sometimes to verify. It's still showing some of these are not verified, but I'm going to go ahead and click verify domain again. And we should have most of them verified. It says SSL still pending. We want this to say SSL issued, so I'm going to go back and click verify now. And then every record is verified of these 5. For some reason, this one doesn't show up right away, but now it is showing up. And so we're going to go ahead and add this one. And this DMARC record right here, this TXT record, is really important for email deliverability. And so we're going to go in and add this one in now. We already added our first 5, which are all verified. I'm going to go ahead and do this DMARC record. It's going to be a TXT record as it tells us over here on the left. The host name is going to be what I just copied there, underscore, wait, I don't have it copied, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, paste that in, underscore dmarc.info. The value is going to be this value right here. We'll go ahead and copy that, paste that in, and then half an hour, and we'll go ahead and save our DMARC record. This one does not verify right away. So even if it's still showing not verified right here, it doesn't mean that you didn't add it. We just added it as we saw, and so we can just make this one doesn't have to say verified. In fact, I don't think it ever will show verified, but we'll just go ahead and verify the domain one more time, and we should be good to go. Our SSL is issued. Like I said, if it doesn't happen right away, you may have added all the records incorrectly. It could just take 10, 20, 30 minutes for all of them to populate and for it all transfer over to GoHighLevel. But now we have our dedicated IP address, which is basically our email that GoHighLevel uses to send emails from, which helps with deliverability when we set up our emails this way. And so now if we go back out, we'll see now this says info.jasperakin.com. And so now this is our email IP that we're going to send emails from in GoHighLevel. We can do automated emails. We can do blast emails to thousands of people at once using this right here. And we can also mask over this, which I'll show you how to do in a minute, so it doesn't look like it's sending from info.jasper. We can mask over it with a different email so it looks a little bit nicer. A few other things we want to do for our email deliverability to make sure our emails aren't landing in spam is going to be underneath the business profile tab right here. If you scroll down on this page, there's this box right here that says general. We want to make sure this box is checked right here. Mark emails as invalid due to hard bounce. Sometimes people are going to give you fake emails, and so GoHighLevel has this safeguard in place. So whenever somebody gives us a fake email and we try to email them, if it bounces, it'll mark that email as invalid so that we can't email it again, because that can hurt our email deliverability if we're sending a bunch of emails to fake emails that aren't actually real. So you want that one to be checked. Another one you want to be checked is verify email addresses when first email is sent to a new contact. This one will actually check the email first before any emails are sent to it, and make sure the email is real before you send it to a contact. And so this one also I would check on as well. And then the third one you want to have checked on is this very bottom one, make emails compliant by adding an unsubscribe link to your email. Every email has to have an unsubscribe link these days. If it doesn't, that's actually against the law. And so make sure this one is checked on. You can actually customize what your unsubscribed message says at the bottom of each email by clicking here. And so you can change this right here. This will be turned into like a button that's clickable, like a blue hyperlink. And so somebody can simply click it and unsubscribe if they no longer wish to receive your emails, which is good for us because if people are getting emails from us and they're not opening them, it can hurt our deliverability overall for the other people that actually do want to open them. And so giving people the option to unsubscribe is always good. We don't want to keep annoying people if they don't want our emails. So you'll go ahead and change that to whatever you want it to say. Save it. I'm just going to keep it as the default one. Another thing to mention whenever you set up a new email in GoHighLevel is you do want to warm up that email as well. And so the way that you do that is under GoHighLevel's page here. This is what they recommend on warm up. So day one, for example, which stages right here equals days. So day one, you don't want to send more than 100 emails in an hour or 1,000 emails in a day. If you do more than that, it can hurt your domain reputation and your emails can start to go to spam more often. So you kind of have to warm up your emails so that you don't just go straight to spam for everybody. A lot of times your emails will go to spam at first, so it's good to start low and work your way up. Day two, then you can send 300 an hour, and then you could do 2.5 thousand per day. Day three, day four, day five, so on, right? So this is a good recommendation that GoHighLevel gives for warming your emails up so that over time they get more warm, and then you can send lots of emails per day. You know, after day 15 of sending a lot of emails, then you can send up to 50,000 per hour and 250,000 emails per day. And so anyway, this is the recommendation that GoHighLevel gives for warming up your emails. You can also go to Fiverr.com or Upwork, and you could hire somebody for like $100 and they'll warm up your email for you. So they'll do all this for you, and they'll send emails and get your domain to a point where it's delivering really well and get you to this day 15 right here, or the stage 15. And so it might be easiest to do that if you don't have time on your hands to do this yourself. You can hire somebody and they'll warm it up for you over 2 weeks or so, and then your email will be warm and ready to start delivering to people who you're sending emails to. If you haven't signed up for GoHighLevel yet, you can get a 30-day free trial down below this video with my affiliate link. And if you use my link, GoHighLevel pays me a commission. So in return, I'll jump on 2 free Zoom calls with you every week for life to help you scale your business or agency using GoHighLevel. Just answer any questions you have. Plus, I have over $10,000 worth of free bonuses that I'll give to you completely free just for using my link down below. And if you're already signed up for HighLevel, and let's say you're on the $97 plan, you can upgrade using my link below to the $297 or the $497 per month plan and get the exact same free offer as an affiliate of mine. And now we can jump into actually setting up an email template, which I'm going to go back out of here. We're going to find our email templates under the marketing tab. We're going to go to emails and then email templates. So this is where we can create different email templates. And as I promised at the beginning of this video, I'm going to show you how to use the email template builder. And then I'm also going to show you some different examples of email sequences that actually work and how to structure them so that you can actually convert your leads into paying customers. I'm going to jump into this template that I've already kind of built out and show you just how to use the email builder in general. Over on the left, you'll see all these different elements you can add to your emails. But you don't usually want to add images or buttons or logos. These will actually hurt your email deliverability. And so it's best to send emails that just have text in them. And it's good to avoid any emails with like a link in it as well. If you add a link into your email, it can show up as spam for Google or Yahoo or Hotmail or all these different email providers. When they see you've sent an email to somebody for the first time and it has a link in it, it kind of looks a little bit fishy. And so on your first email that you send to somebody, you don't want to put any images on it. You don't want to put any links in it. You just want to have it be an open email. And I like to use an educational email as my first one. It doesn't really have a call to action on it necessarily. Maybe if they're interested, they can reach back out, but we don't want to have a link for them to click because, like I said, that can hurt deliverability. We can send links on our second email, our third email after they've already seen our first email and clicked on it, because then it won't affect the deliverability as much. But we want to avoid those links and images and logos and things on our first email. The unsubscribe link we checked on. It's not showing up here at the bottom of this email, which is fine. It'll automatically add to the bottom of each of our emails. So don't worry if the unsubscribe isn't showing up. It will show up on a real email that we send out. But in terms of the email builder over here, like I said, there are different things you can add. On your first email though, just make sure it's just text, no images, no links. But on your second email or your third email in the sequence that you send out to somebody, you can start to add images or call to action buttons, or you can add links. There's all these different options here, and you can add different layouts as well. So you can make your email like a 3-column, and you could drop, different things into each column. It's pretty self-explanatory, very easy to use. Once you're done building out your email, you can delete this box, as we obviously don't want to keep this one here. You can name the email template. Let's say you would just name it after like whatever offer you're offering in the email, and then make sure to save the template. And now this template is ready to use in an email sequence. I'm going to show you all the different a good email sequence to use, which it actually starts with this one right here. So the very first email you can send to somebody after they've opted in to receive emails from you. Let's say they came through your website and filled out a form, and you want to start emailing them, every day or so, or every couple days, and you want to drip them into an email campaign. This is the first email that you should send in the sequence that makes the most sense. It will just be an educational email. So the purpose of it is to provide value through insights or tips, subtly positioning your products or services as part of the solution. This builds trust and authority while engaging the lead. And then the structure of it, you do a subject line, promises a quick win or valuable takeaway. An example would be, 3 simple ways to boost your SEO in 2023. Then the opening of the email, where it actually starts, is you would dive into tips, keeping the content skimmable with bullet points or subheading. So I actually made sure this was formatted nicely. If you have an email with a huge paragraph and all the text is together and like 5 or 6 sentences all jumbled together, it's very hard to read. It's good to put your emails into like bullet points, kind of like this one is, and put spaces in between each line, so it's very easy to read and it's just more natural to the eye, and less fatigue on the eye when you do it this way. And then the opening, like we said, dive into the tips, keeping the content skimmable with bullet points or subheadings. The body, introduce your product or service as a tool to help them implement the advice. And then a CTA, encourage them to lean or to learn more, to take the next step. which in this case, we don't want to put a link, like I said, or anything. We could just have the CTA be, text message us back here or email us back here if you'd be interested or something like that. And then a best practice for this one is just to make it actionable and avoid overselling in this format, because this is the very first email, right? We don't want to oversell too much. We want to kind of warm them up to eventually buy our products and services. Don't want to come off as too strong. So that's the first email in the sequence. The second one is going to be this one, a problem/solution email. So this one, the purpose of it is to highlight a pain point your lead is experiencing and present your products or service as the solution. So basically, why it works is it builds a connection by addressing their needs directly. Subject line would be a tease the pain point or solution. And an example of that would be, are you struggling to get more customers? We've got the answer. So just figure out what the pain points of your ideal customers would be, and you can use that as the subject line and say that you have the solution for that. Opening is emphasize with their challenge. We know how frustrating it can be to ... And then the body is introducing your solution and explaining how it addresses their problems using the clear benefits of your solution or service. And the call to action on this one could be direct and actionable. Click the link. Like I said, this is our second email, so now we can start adding links. We can add images into the email to make it look better, but just have a link they can click on to book a call or to sign up or whatever the call to action is. And a best practice for this one is to include a testimony or a case study to add credibility, would help even more. So that's our second email in the sequence. The third one would be social proof. So now we're going to build our social proof, and purpose of it is to use testimonials or case studies or stats to demonstrate how other people have benefited from our offering. Why it works is because people trust the experiences of others. You see this on ads all the time. People post ads of other people raving about the products and services, or they do interviews and they ask, how are you liking our services? And the other person's like, oh, that's amazing. And so this works really well because now it's not everything coming from you anymore as the business owner. If you're a business owner, people know you're just trying to sell them all the time. But if somebody else is reviewing your products or services and telling how great they are, then people will trust that more, especially if you have a lot of people that have left good reviews and good testimonials. The more, the better. Subject line of this one is just to highlight the success story of one of your previous clients. And so you could say, how John Smith grew his sales by 40%. And then opening, summarize the challenge the client faced. The body would be detail how your product or service delivered results, emphasizing the key metrics. And then the CTA, invite the lead to explore the same benefits as John Smith, who was the client that got these awesome results. And the best practice for this one would be to use real numbers and quotes for maximum impact. So if you drop a real figure like 40%, is what the result he got and increased in his sales. If you drop real numbers that are very specific, it comes off as more real, and they're like, I would like those same kind of results if those results are good, right? The fourth email in the sequence would be an exclusive offer email. So at this point, they haven't bought from us yet, right? We've sent emails 1, 2, and 3. Now we can have an exclusive offer to try to push them over the edge to buy our products or services. So the purpose is to create urgency and excitement around a limited time promotion or special deal, like I said. Why it works is it creates scarcity and exclusivity, which drive action. The subject line could say something like, 24 hours left, say 20% on blah, 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 whatever your product or service is. The opening would say highlight the offer, or the opening would be to highlight the offer and its benefit, why it's such a good deal. You never do these kind of deals, something like that. The body, explain the value and why they should act now. CTA, use urgency-driven language. Example, claim your discount now. And then a best practice for this one is to include a countdown timer. So you can actually add countdown timers right over here on the left to your emails, which will count down and show that there's only a limited amount of time left to claim the offer. I'm gonna delete that bullet there. So anyway, that's our exclusive offer email. That's the fourth email in the sequence. So we don't want to come out with this one right off the bat. Typically, it's something that we'll kind of offer later if they haven't purchased from us yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and save that one. Then our fifth email in the sequence, and you can do more than 5, right? I'm just giving you this example in this snapshot right here. Like I said, if you want the snapshot with all these different emails in it, plus I'll show you how to set them up in the automations. Just everything I've set up on this video and what I'm going to set up further on in the video. if you like this video, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment once you've done that down below. I'll send you the snapshot of all this so that you don't have to create all these yourself. But anyway, follow-up email is the last one. So you've sent 4 emails, now you're just following up. Purpose is to re-engage leads who have expressed interest but just haven't taken action yet. Why it works is it keeps the conversation alive and nudges the lead forward, right? Subject line could be still interested in our products or services. The opening, reference their previous interaction. Hey, you came up, you're interested. You filled out the form on our website or wherever it was, and but you haven't explored all the features yet, or you haven't explored what we offer yet, or whatever it is. Then the body could offer assistance, additional value, or new incentive to act. And then the CTA suggests a small, easy next step. Example, book a quick call, or see what's new, or start a free trial, something very simple for them to do, very low friction. And then the best practice for this would be to personalize the email based on their past behaviors or interests. So, if they came through a form, mention that in the email. Oh, you filled out a form on our website, and it will remind them of oh yeah, I did fill that form out. Maybe re-interest them in your products and services. So these are the 5 emails, and that's how to build the templates inside of HighLevel. Another thing to mention, whenever you're writing your email copy and you're creating these templates that you're going to be sending out to your customers and leads, so you want to run your copy of your email through a spam checker. So you want to make sure that your emails don't come off as spammy, because Google, Yahoo, Hotmail, all these different email providers they know and can see when an email looks spammy, and it'll go to the spam folder of the receiver. So you want to make sure your emails aren't coming off as too spammy. And the way you can do that is using ChatGPT. Actually, you can go in, you could copy all the copy from your email, right? This isn't real, right? This is just kind of a template, but you can plug it into ChatGPT and you can say, check this email for spam words and correct any of the copy if it comes off as too spammy, something like that. And then you could paste in your script there and then have it run. And obviously this one's not a real email template, right? So it wouldn't work, but this prompt right here will make sure, and it'll rewrite your script of your email to come off as less spammy, so that it doesn't get flagged by Google or Hotmail or Yahoo whenever somebody receives an email, and it'll be more likely to land in their main inbox. Now we're going to jump down to the automation and show you how to create an automated sequence that'll send these out on autopilot, which, like I said, you'll also get this as part of my snapshot. The trigger event for this one, I just set up to be a form. Let's say they come through our website, they fill out a form saying that they're interested in our products and services, or for some sort of freebie that we offered or something like that. One pro tip for email, especially on the first email, is instead of sending an email first, well, you'll send an email, but with the email, you'll send a text message. And in the text message, you will say, hey, contact first name. You can change the message, right? But what this message, the important part is we want to say this line right here: quick heads up, you just got an email from us with some more info, so make sure to check your email spam folder just in case. Talk soon. So that line right here, quick heads up, you got an email, check your spam folder, will make sure that the person goes in and actually checks this first email right here that we send. Because if they don't, and it went to their spam folder and they never click on it or open it up, then emails will a lot of times continue going to spam for that lead or that contact. And so if you send a text and let them know and they go click on the email, that'll signal to their email provider, Google, Yahoo, wherever their email is hosted, that they're interested, and future emails will then land in their main inbox and not the spam folder. So that's a pro tip for just making sure people who get your emails actually check and move them to the main inbox and take them out of the spam folder if they do go to spam. Not every email will go to spam. Once you've warmed up your email and that kind of thing, which I'll show you here in a sec, then your emails won't land in spam anymore. But anyway, send that text. Then you can send email sequence 1, which I already showed you guys there. You just add the action name, you add the from name, which would be location owner first name. So in my case, it'd be Jasper. From email. For the from email right here, you want to make sure your from email matches the sending domain. So today I set up an email that was info.jasperaiken.com. That was my domain. Right here, you can put a masking email, but you want to make sure that masking email matches the same domain. So if I have a domain like a Gmail that's jasper at jasperaiken.com, that's what I'd want. I want to make sure the jasperaiken.com part matches the domain, the dedicated IP that we set up today at the beginning of this video. Now, if I used a different email, like my WebJuice email, then this webjuice.io doesn't match to my jasperaiken.com domain, and so deliverability will be worse. So you just want to make sure this part matches your domain that you set up on your dedicated IP and your GoHighLevel account settings. Anyway, once you've done that, I'm just going to switch this back for purposes of the snapshot so it doesn't mess it up for you guys. But this one was account and then account email. So that one sends the educational email. You just select the template right there. So I selected educational. That's our first one in the lineup. Then we have a wait step of 1 day, right? So 1 day later, 24 hours later, they're getting email number 2. You could space these out if you wanted to, even more if you wanted to do emails every 2 days or 3 days or just once a week. You could change the wait times to be like every 1 week instead, or every 7 days instead of every 1 day, but that's just a preference thing. Email number 2 is our problem solution email. So you'd set that up just like this, and then wait another day. And then email number 3 is our social proof email, which is the next one that makes the most sense in the lineup to send. Another day goes by, and then email number 4 sends to to this lead exclusive offer email, and then one more day goes by, and then we send email number 5, which is the follow-up email. So like I said, this will all be in my snapshot, so you guys will have this already built out. Isn't too hard to build though. If you don't get my snapshot, you guys can build this pretty easily yourself, and it looks just like that. For your email list, if you have like a bunch of contacts of people who have opted in, right, you want to make sure you're not sending emails to people who haven't opted in. So if people haven't opted in and they're just cold emails that you maybe scraped online on Google or something, GoHighLevel is not the best tool for cold email. It's good for people who have opted in to receive your emails and people who are expecting your emails. But if you're sending cold emails, there are other tools like instantly.ai that would be a better option for cold email. But if you have a bunch of leads here that have all opted in, they know who you are, and they're expecting emails from you, you can send blast emails by selecting all of them here. And then you can click select all, however many records you have. In this case, I'm selecting 7,840. I wouldn't want to send this many up front, right? I need to warm myself up to, stage 5 here or so to be able to send that many in a day. But if I'm warmed up already, I can then click this little email button here. I can click proceed, and then I can send an email blast. I type in my from name, from email, subject line, and then I can also I could just type out, or I could select from my email templates here that we've created under the template library, and then I can send all those emails at once. You would just name the action, the date, today's date or something like that, so you know, and then send it out. And you can do bulk emails that way, because the ones here in the automations that I showed you how to set up would be more of like a drip sequence, so it'd send like 1 a day. But the one, you can go under the contacts tab and you can do bulk blast emails to all your leads at once. If you have something that needs to be sent out in a specific day all to everybody, then this would be the way to go for that option. If you want to see email analytics of like how your emails are getting received and which ones are bouncing or delivering well, you can do that under a few different places. You can do that under the automations. So in your automation, you click on it. You can click on any of the emails in your automations, and you can click statistics right here, and it'll show you how many delivered, how many of those emails were opened, how many were clicked, how many replied, how many bounced. So and then you view some even more statistics if you click view all stats. And so you can track each individual email. So how email 1 was received, how email 2 was received, you can do it for each individual email there. If you do a blast email, then you can check the analytics of that blast email under contacts, and then under bulk actions, you'll find that email campaign right here that you sent out, and then you can simply click view statistics over here on the right. I haven't sent one from this account yet, so mine don't have any, but I could click view stats here and I could see the stats of that bulk email that I sent out to everybody on my contacts list. And then the last place you can go is under settings right here, and then under the email services tab, you can go to email analytics, and you can see your overall email analytics of all the emails you sent, the automated ones, the blast, bulk emails to all your contacts. You can see everything from right here. And if you want to see really advanced email analytics, even more advanced, you can get a tool that's called Google Postmaster. So you can sign up. It's a free account. You connect your email to it, or your domain to it, and then it will tell you how your domain's reputation is, how well it's delivering, all that good stuff. So you can see if maybe you need to warm up your email better, etc. So you can connect a Google Postmaster tool right here by clicking this button if you have a Google Postmaster account set up. Like I said, it's a free tool provided by Google, so anybody can get one. And yeah, that's how to check all of your email analytics. And then bounce classification, it'll tell you if too many of your emails are bouncing and things like that. That'll also hurt your email sending reputation. So you want to make sure this bounce number is not too high. Probably anything greater than 5% is considered bad in the email world. And so make sure your bounce rate preferably is below 5%. If it's too high, that means you're sending a lot of emails to fake email addresses that you want to remove off your list. Like I said, we can prevent that by using some of the settings under the profile tab in GoHighLevel, and make sure to check that box so that our emails don't send to fake emails. But yeah, make sure your bounce rate isn't too high here, or else it can hurt your email. Then you'll start landing in spam. And one other thing to mention right here is under the reply and forward settings, you can set a different reply address. So you're sending emails from GoHighLevel, right? And if somebody replies by default, all those conversations will go under the conversations tab right here, and you'll be able to see all the conversations that you're having with people. But if you want responses to go to a different email, maybe it's a Gmail email that you've set up in a Google Workspace account, then you'll want to go to settings, you'll want to go to email services, and you want to change the reply settings right here, reply and forward settings, to reply to a different email address. So you could type in your Google email right here. So I could type in like jasper@webjuice.io if I want all the responses from people who respond to our email campaigns to go to this email, and then just click save over here on the right. Email marketing with GoHighLevel is an amazing skill, and now you have that skill after watching this video. But if you're looking to start and grow your agency using GoHighLevel, then check out this video right here.